What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today is August the 18th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money's really focusing on today. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with macro data points, there's not really all that much today. So it's going to be more of a technical driven day in most cases. Although you did see from the overnight trading, market get hit a little bit. So right now, Dow is flat, S&P down 0.08, NASDAQ down 0.08. Nothing really to panic over in my opinion, but what did cause this kind of push lower was essentially this right here. So there's a lot of high expectations for rate cuts for the September 17th meeting. And in my opinion as well, the market's already priced in a 25 basis point cut. But Powell is speaking at the Jackson Hole this upcoming Friday. So people are starting to freak out a little bit that during this speech, he's going to hint at no cuts again. So that would really cause the market to go lower and price out that 25 basis point cut. So that's what's causing a little bit of uncertainty. Even though it's several days away, that's what the market's kind of focusing on. Again, moral of the story is market really wants that next big catalyst, and that is rate cuts. So I think that once the market does open, it will kind of push higher, but you are seeing a lot of kind of financial stocks and growth stocks go a little bit lower because of that. So SoFi is down 0.76%, and during the overnight trading, it was roughly around that 24.10. So that could be potentially a indication of where it does go during the trading day. But for today, so far, no news, no SEC filings or anything like that. Shorts aren't doing anything, but 9.3% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 109 million shares. I don't really anticipate them to increase, rather probably return today, but with it right now at 23.58, trading between these 2 points, so this R3 and this R2. Just for this video, I'm bringing up the 4-hour chart, just so you do see a little bit more of a closer support and resistance points. So 22.96 is going to be the next strong support, which I don't really see that being touched. But for today, the goal is for it to close above that 23.68. If so, then you will most likely see that 24.50, at least in the short term. But moving on from here, ticker is WULF. So TeraWulf, this stock has been a beast over the last several trading days, with it going up 71.18%. But the reason why they are moving higher today is because of this. So Google giving them a 1.4 billion backstop, and that's through warrants and whatnot. So pretty interesting stuff. When it comes down to it being heavily shorted, like shorts have been really maintaining the 28 to like 33% range, and looks like the all-time high short interest is roughly around that 33.5. So currently it is at 32.68, so very close to all-time high short interest numbers. 90.73 million shares overall are being shorted. So most likely shorts are going to be very active today. On any given day though, they do make up for at least about 40 to 60% of the daily volume. So again, anticipate a lot of volatility. If you're wanting to trade it though, right now with that $9 or now $10, it is trading between this R2 and this R1. So 867 is going to be a strong support. I don't see that being touched whatsoever. And then 1057 is going to be the next strong target slash resistance, which could potentially be touched, but in my opinion, it will most likely make a run for this R2 and then consolidate still within this range, which is still good, mind you, but I do anticipate shorts to be active and be very suppressive. So don't be surprised if you see a lot of crazy volatility. Nonetheless, volatility is a good day traders. They're kind of best friends. Speaking of volatility, you have another one right here. Opendoor getting a lot of volume. It is up 3.47%. Nothing really official from the company. Exactly, just the market is digesting everything that has happened. I think more notably the CEO kind of stepping down, kind of out of nowhere. So some people see it as heroic. I see a lot of posts about that. Some people really calling them out. So kind of interesting as far as that. 23.01% of the free float is being shorted. So shorts are still a very big part of this day-to-day kind of trading, but shorts have actually returned quite a lot. Roughly, it was at the high about 34%, and then now it's at that 23. So shorts have returned a lot, but still, you do have them like about 40%, I do believe, 40 to 45% of the daily volume. So shorts are a big chunk of this, so anticipate them to be fairly active today. Right now, though, with it at 327, it did successfully, over the last couple trading days, stay above this pivot point. So the next strong point to watch for is at 414. And I'm looking at the one-day chart on a side note. So this is very strong support and resistance points. So in my opinion, it will slowly and gradually move towards this $4 range. And in my opinion, I'm not even going to humor. I see a lot of people saying 200 and whatever else. I don't see that being feasible. Even if you do believe a squeeze is on the table, DTC is 0.79 days. So that does factor in the average volume for Opendoor in comparison to the number of shares being shorted. So normally it kind of indicates how stretched out shorts are. And 0.79 days isn't that crazy. So all the individuals out there saying that it's going to go to like 200 and 100 and all the other stuff, I don't really see that being on the table, but what do I know in life? Moving on from here, triggers BTAI, getting a lot of good volume, so it is up 26.28% because of this right here. So I've already kind of mentioned in the past that biotechs, not really my forte, so do your own due diligence, of course, with this one, but this is ultimately why it is moving higher. When it comes down to shorts, 5.97% of the free flow is being shorted, works out to be 837,000 shares. So this stock did have a pretty high short interest, did have about 26%, and that was August the 5th. Then they just abruptly returned. So shorts are fairly active, but clearly they've saw bigger fish, so they are exiting this, and so that's kind of a good thing in my opinion. Maybe they kind of foresee a lot more upside, but anticipate them to start getting back in, most likely if it does get to, I'd say in my opinion, like $8 range, potentially. And it's already above all the key fib levels on every metric, so I'm not going to even waste your time with that. So if you're wanting to trade it, just watch for whole numbers, in my opinion, for support and resistance points. VTAK, so this one is up 76% this morning because of this. So it's kind of funny. Every time a stock does a reverse stock split, everyone kind of looks for these types of stocks to justify and say, hey, look, post reverse stock split, this is going up, like it's a good thing. So in case you don't know, they did a reverse stock split, a 1 for 19, effective on the 15th. So technically, even months down the line, people are going to look and see that this stock went up 76% and correlate that with reverse stock split. It's kind of a crazy mentality, but the reason why they are moving higher this morning is because of this. So it looks like they got the UK approval, which from what I can understand, it did take them a very long time for that to kind of occur. So nonetheless, though, this is pretty good stuff for the stock. Still, though, it is down 91.49% over the last 1 year. So take that with a grain of salt. Market cap is 3.2 million. So definitely that might not be for everyone. And to make things more interesting is that shorts aren't really involved in the day-to-day. So 1.64% of the free flow is being shorted, works out to be 19,000 shares. So don't anticipate them to be that active. If you're wanting to trade it though, with a 451, it is trading between this R2 and this R1. So 487 and then 566 is going to be the next round target / resistance points. And then flip side, 437, 359 is going to be the next strong support points. So this one, I feel like it's going to be a very good day traders type of play for today. But in my opinion, I feel like this is a stock that it's not really worth actually holding outside of today. So I think this is more of a day trade, and that's pretty much it. But I could be wrong. This could go to 10, 20, 30, and I would definitely admit that I was wrong. So let me know your thoughts on these stocks. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing, if you're looking for some solid buy signals, pop over to my Patreon. I give buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, many of which have been absolutely on point. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.